Welcome to Hit Fantasy, a fantasy cricket experience like you have never seen before. But before moving any further, do you know what fantasy is? Let me explain. Fantasy sports allows fans to become virtual owners of a team of real players. These teams compete against each other based on the actual statistical performance of the players. For example, if a cricket player hits a six or takes wickets, they gain points. If you own them on your team, you gain those points. On Hit Fantasy, you can either create a league and send the invite code to your friends, or you can join a public league with many other fans like you around the world. If you've played fantasy cricket before, that's great. You've probably used one of those popular apps that allow you to choose a playing 11 based on a set budget. Well, we run things differently around here. On Hit Fantasy, you draft your team once at the beginning of the season. Each person takes turns picking a player from the available pool of players, meaning each player is only on one fantasy team. Once you draft them, they're yours and yours only. If you want more practice drafting, try a mock draft. It's similar to a league draft, but there is no need to manage your team after. Use this to prepare for the actual draft with your friends. As the name says, it's a mock, so feel free to experiment and try different strategies. For more information on the drafting process, watch our in-depth tutorial video for drafting. Once you've drafted, you're ready to compete with your friends. Let me explain how it works. Let's say there are 70 total games in one season of a cricket league. We divide the 70 games into groups of 5 games. Every 5 games is one round in the fantasy league. Every round, your team is matched up against one other team in your league. The goal of the game is for your team to score more points than the other team by the end of the round. If you have more points, you win. If you have less points than your opponent, you lose. The total number of wins and losses you have determines your place in the standings. After 12 rounds, the top X amount of teams are put into a single elimination bracket-style tournament to crown a champion, so make sure you end up at the top. Worried you might be stuck with the same team the whole year? Don't worry, you can add players from the available players list and trade for players on other teams. For more info on how to manage your team, watch our in-depth tutorial video on team management. That should be all the basic info you need to begin playing. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below. Now, you're ready to experience cricket like never before.